Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Scratch Social. Now, Paddy, we are going to try and make this an episode 35 minutes because I have yes, that is the word. I have a very important duty on my hands. Well, I'm
Right,
going
breathe
out
now.
to play a wonderful game called hurling for our American listeners. And you hit basically a stick of bamboo. We have bamboo hurleys and a leather ball called a slitter. And so when the weather's nice like this, we go up to the field and me and my husband will pass the ball to each other. In Ireland, we call that pucking around.
Pucking around. That's
yeah.
it. How was your week, Emer?
Paddy, my week was great. I can't believe it's the end of April. That is the biggest shocker ever. We're on episode 25. So much happened in the world of golf. You played Portmarnock. You were at the Women's Amateur. Matt and Alex Fitz won the Zurich. Nelly Korda, of course, won another major. Queen. And we've loads to cover. Where do we start? I think we'll start with the Fitz brothers. What a win.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to see any golf, so I kind of took it in on my commute the last couple of days to work or via social media. So it was great to see that, obviously they get on great. They're very close as brothers. And Alex has proven that he's a true player himself. It's not an easy format. So he's on Challenge Tour and bit of DP World Tour the last couple of years, full DP World Tour status, I think, this year. What a nice thing to do from Matt, first of all.
Say that again.
What a nice thing to do.
Oh, it's just amazing. And
will you play with me and give him that opportunity?
And so Alex got in on a sponsor's invite, and I know they'd played this before, but could you imagine when they were going down 16, 17, 18, like it's such a hard course as is, but for Matt Fitzpatrick to hit probably one of the best shots of his career, the bunker shot on 18 where Alex had to make the birdie. Imagine the pressure and the nerves and the emotions and the feeling. And I actually watched Alex in an interview after, and he said it actually made me tear up. He said something along the lines of all the years we'd been playing at home in Sheffield and we were like, this putt is for your PGA Tour card. This putt is for the Open. And he had one of those putts. And so he actually felt confident in the end putting it, even though it was a foot.
Yeah, it was a titter, but didn't being that person. Imagine being Matt Fitz and hitting that bunker shot to pretty impossible to miss putt.
Yeah.
So in a way, Alex kind of earned his own tour card. He hold the putt, But if you put it to 10, 15 feet, Alex is like, this. Imagine the pressure then. If it was like a 15-foot putt to get his PGA Tour card. I don't know what he'd be thinking about that at that stage, but obviously it go through his head. It's just really wholesome couple of days watching Fitz brothers do the business.
Totally. Like, what a gift to give to your little brother, like that type of opportunity. And Alex is such a good player, and hopefully he will thrive in the next 2 years while he has this status on the PGA Tour, because he'll learn so much from Matt. Matt is so experienced, and they have the funding behind them as well to be able to give this a proper go. And that's always a struggle for players making it from one tour, say, onto the PGA Tour. Cost is the actual cost of doing
100%. Well, Alex Fitz was like number one, number two player in Wake Forest when he was there. He was in Wake Forest at the same time as Lauren Walsh, maybe a year ahead or 2 years ahead, maybe 2 years ahead. So I think his game is better suited to those American style courses because you have a lot of exposure to them over four plus years and Walker Cup player and all that jazz.
Yeah.
All the best. Absolutely.
Definitely. And I was looking as well at statistics because since we've launched this podcast, I'm really into the stats. And I saw Titleist did a post and it said 76% of the players playing in the Zurich either used a Titleist ball or a Titleist club. That is insane. The Pro V1 dominance, I can't see anything surpassing that for a long time.
And not a lot of them are contracted or paid to use it, and that's really tour verification. We're an agnostic podcast at the moment, subject to any big deals coming our way. But yeah, what was I going to say? I mean, he probably had a flight booked to Switzerland to play European Tour this week, and probably got a phone call on Monday going, "Hey Matt, do you want to play in these two elevated events, no-cut events, with price purse of $20 million over the next couple of weeks?" I'm sure Alex gave a very quick yes to that phone call.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see his journey now, and I hope that the first couple of events just go well for him, because it's scary when you go off to the PGA Tour, as we've seen for other golfers. So as you said, we wish him all the best and we look forward to following him.
We do, and they have Irish heritage back to near Clean Castle. I think either his dad said or was it their mom Not sure. Might be a grandparent. They qualified to play for Ireland. It's a grandparent rule maybe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he still is, subject to fact check, an ambassador for Clean Castle. But they do. I remember when the Challenge Tour was there a few years ago. There was loads of shots of like Alex Fitzpatrick and his family in the local pub, because that's where a bit of what's the word? Irish heritage is. Yeah.
Nice.
What's next? What's like Nelly, my favorite golfer in the world, got to jump in the plunge pool.
Man, the scores that she shot to win by 5 shots in a major. Was her first round 65 or something crazy like that? I wouldn't even shoot 65 in 14 holes. Do you know what I mean?
Like the quality of golf, the PGA Tour is scary good. And Nelly's won like 5 times in a row, was matching Scheffler tournament by tournament, winning on the bounce 5 weeks in a row, or 5 weeks out of 6 a couple of years ago, and had a down year last year by Nelly's standards, by anybody else's standards.
Yeah,
it's definitely good enough
for sure.
Fantastic to see her win. But also a couple of things. I thought, I have a bit of a gripe with media in general this week. I don't know if we class has been in the media yet, but like the coverage of the women's game is not as good. And I think the overriding story of the week was the flucking pool they built in this golf course, because it was at another golf course for a long, long time. And the tradition was they jumped into, I don't know, it's a Penny's pool or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Off the 18th. So they built like essentially a plunge pool, like a 5 by 4 meter plunge pool off the side of the 18th. And that got more blooming coverage than the Chevron itself did, I think.
Oh my God, that's actually so true. I did not think about that until you said it. Because like I was watching the tournament like when I could, but actually the most viral moment was Nelly doing the bomb into the pool.
No, like the actual whole building of the pool in the first place, that got a bit too many headlines for my liking, but more so than the play. And I saw, again, I was watching it via social media, so obviously not the best way to watch it, because I was on course watching women's golf over the weekend anyway. But yeah, like media coverage, they didn't cover the first hour and a half of the Sunday round as well. So that's poor form.
It is. It is. And one thing I took away from the Nelly's when she was doing her media interviews after the win, and I was thinking about your daughters and the fact that she said like it's okay to miss short putts and it's okay to hit bad shots. Like she did it this week, and she really emphasized it. And I feel like we're seeing a whole new side to Nelly Korda. She's really opening up. She speaks a lot. I was very lucky last year. I got to interview her, help facilitate an interview with her in Scotland, and I got to ask her questions about like her fondest memories of the Solheim Cup. And she said it was all about the kids. She said like going and inspiring the kids and just showing them like you're a human. Like it's amazing. It's so inspiring.
Good. Completely different mindset, I think, priorities of the game of golf than maybe the men's side of the game. So maybe something.
Amen.
There are some great men on tour doing some things, but I think overall they could be doing a bit more to
definitely
fuel the next generation. 100%.
Definitely. And you were at another women's major over the weekend as well.
It was by pure coincidence, because my wife's sister and nephew were coming up to Naas. So I was basically told a couple of weeks ago, you can go to Lahinch. Basically saying you'll be bored off your tree here. So off down you go. So Christopher on up to Lahinch. I played golf early doors, 7:30 a.m. Got around in 2 hours and 50 minutes with the Bow Scarrett and OB1. So I played with golf with 2 O'Brien brothers, right? Dave and Alan. And Christopher late last year asked me who I was playing golf with that given day. And I said, OB. And because they're both the same nickname, right? I said, there's Alan and Dave. And he goes, how do you know the difference? I says, well, one's Alan, one's Dave. He goes, you should call one Obi-Wan, like Star Wars. Dave is Obi-Wan.
Hilarious.
It's funny. But yeah, running 2 hours and 50 minutes, shot 4 over par, nice cabs around. So I think I'll be putting scorecards. Well, it's the Castle course, right? So I'm off scratch on the Castle course.
Nice.
I'll be getting the handicap be going up, but I was taking it a bit more seriously. Sometimes when I play casual, I get too casual.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I get too casual. I'm having too much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too much fun, folks. So if you think I'm a serious golfer, I'm just too much fun. You'll see that now in Porcelana in a couple of weeks, Emer.
Hell yes.
But I let everybody know where we're going.
It's all good.
Yeah. Pure coincidence. I picked off that morning, and my prerogative was get out and shoot as many pictures as I can with the new rig, the new camera. And by Jesus, did I buy the right camera?
Oh my God, you did.
So I got out for an hour and a half. Then Christopher came over. We had lunch, my parents, and then myself and Christopher went back out and watched the golf for about 2 hours on the Saturday. got home, and then I asked, it was his choice, do you want to go watch the golf, do you want to hang out with Brenda, Pat or whatever? So I said, no, we'll go watch the golf. So we spent 5.5 hours on Sunday walking on the golf course together
Wow.
in some amazing weather, watching some amazing golf shots. And Christopher got to know a few of the women and the girls, because there were some 15, 16-year-olds playing. And actually a fellow member of his in Tralee, Lucy Grattan, shot 4 under par on the Sunday to snake into 3rd place or 4th place. So yeah, it was quite a spectacular weekend of golf in the top amateur level in this country.
What did you take from watching the women play down in Lahinch?
They're just so fucking dialed, right? And that's why I like watching LPGA Tour and the Nellies of this world, because their swing speeds are comparable to maybe what I swing it at. But even at the amateur level, I would encourage every father, mother, golf enthusiast to go check out some of these women's events, championships around the country. That the caliber of golf is insane. I mean, Anna Abam shot 10 over through 2 rounds and shot 4 under on the last day, 14 under. Won by 10 shots from Kate Lanigan, who was 4 under over three rounds, you know. So the caliber of golf is insane. And, you know, I was walking along fairways with a couple of the women I know, the Emma O'Driscolls and a fellow member, Aileen Walsh, and that. But Christopher was hanging. They just have time for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
It's laid back, maybe not as amped up as maybe a men's championship. It was incredible. But the caliber of golf, to go back to your question, everything is between the between the tram lines. There's no super wild shots. Swings are ridiculously good tempo. Short games are ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's always the most straightforward shot they tend to choose. There's no hero shots.
Yeah.
I think us egocentric people, the men of this world more so, can learn a thing or two.
The men and me trying to flop it over a little sprinkler or something stupid like that. Every time.
Yeah. What I took away was I'm pretty good at hitting a certain type of shot, tee shot, which is like a low draw, right? And I generally pull that out when I'm into the wind. Low burner, I call it. But the women's game, they don't be trying to shape different shots off the tee is what I took away. And they have the mental strength to hit the shot every single time. Like, they hit that one type of ball fight every single time, the one that works for them every single time. There's none of this, I'll hit a high fade, I'll hold it up against the wind. Maybe they do, but that's not what I took away. I took away, just hit the damn tee shot. You know you can hit. And don't be trying to, I ain't Tiger Woods. I'm holding up into the wind.
That's what separates us from them, though, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
It's actually, it's the discipline. It's the discipline over the decisions. Like, Paddy, I play off 6 and I could go around and shoot 18 over because I was trying to draw it, fade it, certain type of chips, scull it across the green, 2 shots in the bunker, anything.
Yeah, you aren't far away now from getting in this year, so I think it might be a good goal for next year. The cutoff was 4, so it was the Lahinch Women's Scratch Trophy up until this year was like the 50th year of it, and it's evolved now into the Women's South of Ireland Championship. It may be around for another 50 years, and the cutoff last year for the Women's Scratch Trophy I think was 9, but it might be a more restricted field this year to get the 3 rounds in, etc. It was a shotgun start for the 3 rounds on Saturday, so the cutoff was actually 4. And bear in mind, you know, there would be an element, the top percentage of the women's amateur in this country right now would be on different golf scholarships stateside. So looking forward to attending a bit more women's golf in this country through the summer.
For sure. You also attended an amazing course last week. We've been spoilt rotten, Paddy.
I did. This is like a monologue podcast. I'll have to ask what you did last week. And I attended Matt Rife on the Wednesday night with my wife, the funniest man in the world. I can't repeat any of those jokes though. We'd be cancelled pretty quick. But yeah, Portmarnock, all I can say is I got the opportunity to play from the Irish, let's try and get this right, the Irish Golf Tour Operator Association, IGTOA. Gave me the phone call. Just rang my manager in the morning and says, look, I'm out. Good luck. I needed a PTO day tomorrow. So I did that, got the opportunity to play Portmarnock. The conditioning of the course, I've said it on different other podcasts, like the quality of the turf alone in Portmarnock it's like it was made for golf. Yep. Right? Insane. Like, it's just so pure. Like, I don't have words to describe how good it is. Okay, I do not have words.
Do you find, because I was very lucky, as you know, to play it the week before you, in rain, hail, hurricane, hailstones, everything, right? But I find with a golf course like that, it makes you play better. There's something about those
You
courses.
better knuckle down. You better knuckle down. A lot of golf courses like that, they tend to make the decision for you.
Yeah.
There's no hero
So
shots in
true.
Portmarnock, or that
No.
round can really get away from you.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
really get away from you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we had 30, 35 mile an hour winds. I'm hitting, the 7-iron normally goes 160. I'm hitting that from like 140. It didn't seem at any stage we were downwind. Maybe on 16 was the only time we were downwind on a hole. Every other time it was hurting. It was never really helping. But I wasn't really focused on score. You asked me last week what was I going to shoot. I said I'd be delighted to break 80, but it's not really my focus. I think I ended up being like 11 or 12 up.
Grant, we'll take it.
Mentally thought back to shot by shot. It wasn't great when I sent the first one on the first tee out into the estuary. So it was kind of setting my expectations fairly low after that.
I can't. I actually lost 2 balls out in the estuary as well, now that I remember. But was it that day or was it the day after? I was fooled. I was fooled by the sunshine, Paddy, and myself and my team went up and played Baltray in County.
You wouldn't be used to it. No, you played it on the Tuesday, I think.
Was that the
Because I was like,
Tuesday?
where are you tomorrow? And I was
Oh,
like,
yes.
Portmarnock, and where are you tomorrow? You're Baltray.
Yes, yes. Oh, I was catfished because we thought glorious day, we'll go up and play 9 holes. The wind and the cold that we played in, however, it did not take from how freaking class that golf course is. So what I really like about Baltray, County Louth, is that from the forward tees, i.e. the competition tees, I would play off the red ones. For me, it's not that long. So like, it's very scoreable. The par 5s are gettable. Now, I did not score at all when I was playing with my team. We were making content. It was really fun. But just like as I was saying a few minutes ago, if I focused and I dialed it in, I think I could shoot a really, really good score there. But as you said, Paddy, that's a great way to describe a lot of the big links courses in Ireland. It makes the decision for you. It really does.
Like you dropped a faux pas now last week. Now we forgot to asterisk it with subject to fact check. Dr. Garrahy did slide into the DMs and question our golfing intellect in that Portmarnock was designed by William Chalmers Pickerman. So we had dinner in I'm going to call it the Pikeman room. Dr. Garrahy, please correct my pronunciation. And George Ross designed it. Harry Colt designed that other golf club in Dublin, Royal Dublin. So,
wow.
Dr. Garrahy, thanks for fact checking it.
Thank you so much for fact checking it, Dr. Garrahy, because I asked a member I played with and I was like, is this a Harry Colt? And they were like, yeah, it is. But yeah, we should be fact checking that ourselves. It does kind of remind me of a Harry Colt though, with all those circular pot bunkers.
There we go. But yeah, it's impeccable. The condition. When I say about the condition, it's not just because it's a nice links course. You can have links courses that are not at their best in middle of April or mid to late April. It's the start of the year. We've had rain until maybe 2 weeks ago, but it was so pure. It was perfect. The green surfaces. I haven't putted on greens of that quality in years.
I totally agree.
Years. And then the wind, they were definitely playing to like 12, maybe more on the old stint meter. They were fast. Like an 8-foot putt that was it. So quick. But yeah, if you get the opportunity, if you get the call to play Portmarnock on Old Links Road, you take that opportunity, folks. That's the learning here. Yep. We will never look back when we're 80s and 90s if we get that far and go, I wish I didn't take up on all those golf days or those golf trips. Take the opportunity.
Amen. You heard it here first, folks. Get that PTO. But
is LIV Golf gone?
Not yet, apparently. Allegedly.
We're holding on. We're holding on.
What happens? What happens if it goes? Where do the players go?
I don't know. Some will have status based on winning majors in the past. I think that runs for 4 or 5 years or whatever. They will have people like John Ram. I don't know about Cam Smith. It was a while ago he won that Open. But like from what I've read, the PIF said this is a 5-year project. This is year 5. The LIV Golf Tour has been operating 4 years, but it's been incorporated. This is the 5th year. It takes a while to stand things up, as you know, running tournaments. It takes a while before you actually tee it off one. I don't think past Christmas it's going to be a thing, personally. Even yesterday, so today is Wednesday, folks. We record this on a Tuesday, so I read yesterday on Tuesday that they're suspending the next LIV Golf tournament with a view to do it later in the year. Not good. I don't know, is that in New Orleans or somewhere? But I think it's gone. And the players on it, I think they got their option there. Was it in February, the start of February? They had a couple of weeks to figure it out. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried too much about them though. Playing them will end up all right with the bank accounts and stuff, and caddies on LIV Tour selling their houses for 15 million, 20 million I saw as well last week.
Look, there's no fear of any of those LIV players, but the guys who I actually do feel bad for are the guys who, say, for example, were on the Corn Ferry Tour and worked their way up on to get some sort of PGA Tour status. And if 15 players or 10 players go back to the PGA Tour, those guys are straight back to Corn Ferry, or you're going back into qualifiers and you're just back to that same old slog. So I would imagine the smaller guy is going to lose out here, unless there's a way they can, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. As you were talking as well, in my head, I was like, that Led Zeppelin song, Live and Let Die? Yeah. That should be like their walkout
That
song.
was Alan Shipnuck's book a couple of years ago. It was Live and Let Die. Yeah, it's something I need to read. Yeah. Apparently, Alan's new book on Rory is meant to be really, really good.
Oh, so I must read that.
Amazon that one. Amazon that one.
Maybe we'll start a book club.
Let's start with a book. Yeah. See how we get on. Start with a book. I'm doing enough. I'm doing enough as it is.
Okay, let's start with a book.
Enough it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, let's start with the Alan Shipnuck book. Let's everybody read it. Yeah. If people have read it, send in your correspondence on your takeaways from it. Send it to podcast@scratchsocialhq.com or DM us at scratchsocialhq on all the respective social media platforms. We're on all of them except the corporate one. I don't think there's a place for us on LinkedIn, but you never know.
Never know.
Gear Corner. We started this kind of last week. There's been a big gear news this week. You know what it is. You know what it is.
I know what it is. And I don't want to say it and I don't want to speak too soon. As we all have seen, Justin Rose has teamed up with McLaren to launch McLaren Golf. And now Michelle Wee West is in the mix. This is where the TGL went wrong. Remember you said it. You said it 3 months ago and they've learned.
They're obviously listening to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously listen to us.
Them and
McLaren Golf. And Dr. Gary. Come here to me at the St. Cork. Come here to me. McLaren Golf. You're taking it now. Give it to me right between the eyes.
Yes.
Will it work or will it not?
No. And I'll say one word. I just feel as a car brand, pardon the pun, they should stay in their lane. And I've thought that all along. Why do you need to dominate another market? Why are they doing this?
I don't know. And I was very surprised that it's Justin Rose. Apparently he's been helping develop these clubs over the last couple of years, 2 years or that. But Justin made this mistake before. Justin made this mistake like 4 or 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. He was top of the pops. I know, is he top 5 in the world as well at the moment? He's number 5 in the world at the moment. So maybe he saw, a bit of cash. I don't know. There's a man who doesn't need cash. But he went to Honma famously 4 or 5 years ago and that did not work out.
No.
I don't know whether this time he's got input into the look and the feel and the testing and all that jazz. But yeah, but you never know. Like, apparently Tiger's Nikes were made by Miura for years.
I have this in my head. So if we were to look back on McLaren Golf, this has to be 2 or 3 years in the making. Justin Rose has played the best golf of his life in the last 2 years, let's say, of late, right? Oh, yeah. Now, could you imagine, and I don't know, because I don't know how legal or illegal it is though, like, who's looking at the clubs in his bag? Like,
a lot of people. There is Instagram pages devoted to this.
That's what I mean. Like, what logos were on them? It's, as you said, like, Tiger Woods' clubs were made by a different manufacturer. So you just never know. I'm like, why? Is he going to create exact prototypes of his current clubs? Like, if it ain't broke.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Obviously, there's a massive paycheck and fair play to him because Justin Rose does invest a lot back into women's golf. He has the Rose Ladies Series, Rose Ladies Open, Justin and Kate Rose Foundation. Actually, I'm getting behind this now the more I talk through this.
We love McLaren Golf here. We love it. It's just a question mark. It's just an odd move. As you said, stay in your lane. But we'll see. It's be interesting to see where that goes. Another one like DJ Khaled. Another one. I must get like some sound buttons here and put in some sound bites. Another come here to me on the golf gear front is, did you see this last week? Zara.
I did. Amazing.
Zara Golf. Yes. Is it Spanish? Is Zara Spanish?
Zara is Spanish owned, yes.
Yeah, Spanish. And they're doing golf clothes. And
golf home accessories.
Yeah. Did I see like golf themed coasters?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. We'll have a quick look now here.
The website's very mod. We've got some quarter zips for €50. We've got a golf game which looks like just one level up from that. You know that toilet game.
Oh, I'm on it. That's
That
my
toilet
first
game.
one, the gold one.
It looks a bit naff. Yeah, there's golf napkins. I can see that. I literally told the girls there next year's birthday I'm having a golf themed birthday.
Cute.
So yeah, I might be going to Zara. There's notebooks. There's gloves. I don't know about it. It all looks a bit antiquated. It looks very 70s, which is in. But what I did see was the shoes. And you know I like my shoes.
I do. I really
even
do.
in the pictures,
Where
these
are the
shoes look
shoes?
like they're going to rip the skin and layers of skin. Do you ever wear football boots in your time, or
Loads.
even golf shoes? And like you took them off, and there was like a good 3-4 layers of skin missing. These look super shiny and
You know
super-
what? That's a really good point, Paddy. And like, brands entering the shoe market, I can't get behind for golf shoes.
Yeah.
I think the two best out there are FootJoy and Echo. No,
Yeah,
they're miles ahead in terms of comfort. I've got extremely high arches, and so like any regular shoe, I'd have to wear arch supports. But in golf shoes, I don't. In the golf shoes I have, which is amazing.
There you go. Well, I'm a FootJoy baby. I'm a FootJoy fan, and I got fitted. But yeah, like I'm just scrolling to the website here. The golf balls are Vice. The nice bits. So I'm a big fan of a hold all, but these are very expensive. These are like 219 quid, and they're leather, but like.
Wow.
No, not for me. Not for me. Zara, stay in your lane. This shouldn't be called golf gear at all. This should be called stay in your lane brands.
I actually like the jackets. I'm really into that like vintage look. But hey, they're being smart. They're catching on with the trend now as well. You know what I mean?
You know golf is in if Zara's coming out with a golf collection, that's for sure.
That's true. That is true, my friend.
So what's in your week ahead? What's happening in Imran McManus land after you puck around for a few bits this evening?
So I have a few bits going on. We are launching the OFX Irish Legends at Carton House, and we have a very exciting media day with Paul McGinley coming up. So we'll just ask him questions about Legends Tour, Ryder Cup, Carton House, Fairmont, which is amazing. And I'm playing golf with my neighbour on Saturday morning. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've never played with our neighbour before, so this will be fun.
Will you ask Paul, if you snag Paul for a second, will you just tell him that I love him?
Yes, I will.
Right? He used to be my favourite player when he was on tour. For a lot of appreciation for what he did and bring an Irish Open to the northwest of Clare. He had a big part to play in that. It's just to say,
I will.
Paddy loves you.
He is my favourite commentator. I think he's such a great commentator.
I think he gets a lot of jib, and I don't know if that's American people watching. So yeah, everybody, you know where to reach us. Emer, where do they reach us?
They reach us on podcast at scratchsocialhq.com over email, and on all the socials at scratchsocialhq.
And tell us your opinion on Paul McGinley and his commentating. I'm only going to take the positive ones.
Yeah.
Everybody else. No, we'll see, because we both love him. So we're not going to say anything other. I think he gives great insight. He's still in the team rooms, I believe, or they're in and around the teams anyway for Ryder Cups. So yeah, we love Paul. We're Team Paul in Scratch Social.
We're Team Paul. But speaking of Ryder Cups, Jim Furyk, first thoughts?
I'm delighted. I'm delighted. Isn't it scary though? They don't have a deep barrel of potential Ryder Cup captains that they're going back. Well, first of all, Keegan Bradley should never have been picked as captain. He should have played. He should never have been picked. But yeah, Jim Furyk, sure, wasn't he in France getting absolutely obliterated?
Yeah.
Last time he was out. So yeah, if Luke Donald wasn't the captain, who would be in line to be picked?
Was Padraig Harrington the captain before?
He was, yeah. He got beat stateside.
Oh, sorry, that's right. I'd go for Rosie.
But he's still good enough to play.
Yeah, I get that, but we have such a good calibre of a team. Would he sacrifice himself to be able to lead the team and be like that true of a leader?
I don't know.
That could be.
I think he'd be strong enough that if he got the secret phone call that Keegan got, he said, "No, I want to play. I'd be good enough to play in 2 years." Who would you pick? Who's kind of in that 45 plus that isn't Justin Rose? If Luke Donald was like, "No, I just did 2 back to back. Love it. Thank you." Obviously, delighted Luke Donald has come back for a three-peat. He was in a dare the last couple of weeks.
Who was out? Yeah.
But who would you pick for Team Europe if Luke Donald was not the guy this time?
Like, trying to think of Spaniards.
That isn't on LIV.
Yeah, Darren Clark. Well, yeah, there you go. Like your Lee Westwoods, your Ian Poulters. Like Ian Poulter would have actually, and he still might be in a few years once LIV is gone, he would be a legendary Ryder Cup captain.
Legendary. No matter the result, I think I'm a big fan of Ian Poulter, even with the LIV thing.
Yeah, same.
Like the work ethic that, he turned pro at 4. The work ethic to get to where he got to.
Wow.
Not just turned pro, but went on tour and then
Wow.
finally made it on tour, and is an all-time legend of the DP World Tour and an all-time legend of the Ryder Cup. So yeah, he did a podcast with Peter Finch. I need to listen to the whole thing. I've only seen a bit of clips here and there because I've been busy. I've been very busy the last week doing stuff. But yeah, he was saying some players on LIV suit the tour. So like they ain't never been in Ryder Cups scenarios,
Yeah.
but he didn't. So yeah, he's left the door nicely open. Graham McDowell has left the door nicely open.
Yeah. Who else would you think?
Well, Henrik Stenson is not on LIV anymore.
He bottled it.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
Alex Noren.
I was thinking about him as you were talking. He'd be a great captain. Well, I think he'd be a really good vice captain. I'd probably need to get to know him a little bit better to see how he would be a captain.
Yeah. One of the Molinari brothers.
Yeah.
Eduardo.
Yeah. It's probably Eduardo's next step. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing all the stats for Luke. So that's a good one. So like, if it wasn't for Luke, I think Team Europe would be struggling as well to find someone.
Yeah. Wow. Well, folks, we'll have to wait and see in 2027. Yeah.
Eamon McManus, what is your up and down of the week?
My up is that the weather is absolutely amazing, and my down is I have no complaints. I have 0 complaints. That is no down.
We were chatting earlier because we moved it from Monday to Tuesday because my wife was having work dinner last night. So we moved it today. And then such an Irish problem to have. It's like, Eamon's like, can we move to 8? Because the weather's so good and I'm going to be outside puck and ball with Kevin. Yeah. And I had to read that message twice just to make sure it was puck and ball. It's not one of those podcasts. But yeah, isn't it a great excuse to have? Like I got home from work and I was like, I'd love to go play 9 holes now. Yeah. There's time. There's still time. That's how I gauge how dark it is. Is that how you gauge how dark it is? Yes. Could I see a golf ball?
Paddy, 100%. I was actually thinking to myself, sure, I probably could get 6 holes if I teed off at like 8:30. I actually genuinely do that.
I have a question then for everybody listening. In that myself and Emer are bringing a content team together and we're doing a bit of a golf trip in a couple of weeks. So you have a couple of weeks to listen to this episode because I know you listen to every single one of them. What? I hate when people say, what content do you want us to make? So we're going up there with our own ideas and our own project brief, and it's all laid out, and the team, the additional members, the VIPs of Scratch Social, the early adopters are coming with us. We have our own agenda, but we're going to Port Salon and maybe one other course. Have we confirmed it, Emer? I don't know if we've confirmed it. I don't want to announce it. We're 80%. Well, I have a plan B. And that's not a pseudonym for anything else, but I have a plan B that's on the same. So day 1 is Port Salon. Day 2 is TBC, right? We're going to put our own agenda for some long form and some clips. But for people who haven't played up there or planned a trip, if you have any questions on the logistics, what to pack, how many golf balls are we bringing, anything at all, in terms of planning a little short day trip or 2-day trip for a couple of people or for the family or whatever, send it in. You know where to reach us. We don't need a third call to action on the podcast this week.
But but I do love that. I love that. Yeah, ask us what we're packing. Love all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're going with all the gear, baby. All the cameras.
Yeah.
All the cameras. I think there'll be about 6 cameras.
Yeah.
And phones.
Yeah.
So yeah, and a couple of drones. Don't tell the Irish Aviation Authority.
Yeah. I'm registered anyway now, so we're all good. But no, really, really looking forward to that. And as you said, yeah, if people want like certain types of content or us to discuss a specific topic or show something on or off the golf course, just let us know and we will do it because we want to do this for everybody listening and try keep growing this and keep it entertaining and fun. 100%. And we don't want to bore people.
This would be the first trip of a few.
It sure will, my friend. It sure will.
My main thing is like day trips. Yeah. Day trip for golf doesn't have to be 3 days. We're all busy. We have families, husbands, wives, partners, children, jobs. Do we have jobs? So it doesn't have to be a 3-day trip. So yeah, that's the ask. Let us know.
Let us know. Yeah.
What do you want? That great Ryan Gosling quote. What do you want?
Yeah.
My up and down of the week. Up Portmarnock at Rife. Women's South of Ireland Amateur Championship. Took over 2,400 photos. Distilled it down to just over 200. Wow. I thought were class. The down of the week is I did have an isolated issue in my low lat, not low back, but low lat. So I got it addressed in physio last Thursday. But yeah, it's a bit of an back spasmy thing. So thank God I have an mobility program from Robbie Cannon. That's the bit of a down. Wow. I'm a bit I'm a bit ginger, moving around the place. I'm strawberry blonde in the summer, but I'm a bit ginger. So I'm going to mind a little bit.
Good.
And hydrate and do the all mobility, which is the fix. And use the standing desk. That's the plan. We're good from me, Paddy.
And me, Emer.
Talk to you next week, folks.
Slán.